Droners, welcome to another edition of Droner Fails. Because of you guys, I get to do this all the time, and these videos are absolutely hilarious to me. So I hope you enjoy them as much as I do, because this is just art. That's what it is. So let's get into it. Let's do it. All right, coming to number one, we have a unique Q500 is what I believe what this drone is called, and some skater dudes in an indoor skater park, because why not fly a drone in an indoor skater park? Man, these guys, they get the drone up and it just flies it straight into a wall, like just bam, right into the wall. But props to Unique, because the drone fell to pieces. Looking at the crash, you can look like this thing's done. This drone is over forever. And the worst part is the beginning of this video is them actually unboxing the drone, so you know it's brand new. And the first thing they do is crash it right into a wall, and just like stuff goes everywhere, the gimbal falls off. It's just horrible. But later on in the video, they rebuild it and start flying it again. So like, hats off to Unique for building a drone that can crash and still fly again. But yeah, this is a great example of why you should learn how to fly a drone, which we have videos on, by the way, instead of just picking it up and trying. Coming number two, I know on Droner News, I have made fun, well, I shouldn't make fun, I've made light of how bad it really is with DJI controlling the entire drone market now. And this video isn't gonna help that, even a little bit. 3D Robotics had a sales lady who's flying a drone at like some outdoor place, and she's like, let me show you how cool and how reliable this drone is. And bam, she flies it right into a food truck, which lands on the food truck employee, hits the guy on the way down. So can you imagine being this employee of a drone company that's showing off your product and literally crashing it, not only into a standing food truck, wasn't moving, as well as hitting one of the employees? Like, what do you say afterwards? Like, yeah, so I'm actually a really bad pilot, but this drone is awesome. Like, you guys should still buy it. Like, it's a lose-lose situation. This poor woman, I feel bad for her, but either way, it's hilarious, absolutely hilarious. So enjoy. Coming in number three, I'm gonna start this with actually what happens at the end of this video, because that was one of the more entertaining parts of this video to me, is that this dude has a parrot on his shoulder. It's like the guy from SpongeBob who thinks he's a pirate but really isn't a pirate. So he's literally on a boat with the parrot on his shoulder. Like, okay, sorry, just gotta put that out there. Pretty much this guy has one of those aquatic drones. It's a Mariner waterproof drone. And he's a smart man to have that, because he is a drone pilot that flies from his boat over water consistently. So of course, if you're flying over water every time you fly, you should get a waterproof drone. And it proves really helpful for this guy, as his drone, for no reason at all, just decides that he says it gets hit by something. Who knows? You don't see it get hit. But he's flying, and then bam, it goes sideways. Into the water it goes, and sits in the drink for quite some time. He pulls it out, and it still works. No problem. The GoPro's fine. It rolls the whole time, as you can see, and it's great. So this is almost an advertisement for the drone itself, but at the same time it's not, because there's no real reason why it crashed. So I'm just like, yeah, you should get a waterproof drone, but you know, it might not work that great, but if it crashes, you still gonna have a drone, no? Coming to number four. So as a drone pilot, as I'm sure you guys can relate to, a lot of people will always, whenever you say drone to someone, oh, I fly drones, they normally say one of a few things. And one of those things is always, oh, you're gonna spy on me. And you're just like, no, that's impossible, you can't. And then there's this video. There's this video of this creepy dude literally following a mom and her child with his drone around. Like, he literally does it. He's flying around, and he has like little text on the bottom while he's flying. He's like, oh, look, there's some people to follow. Let me follow them. I can't even, like, you're giving everybody else a bad name, and you deserve what happens in this video. So he's following this woman around, and then he's like, oh, almost hits a bus because he wasn't paying attention to where he's flying. There's a common theme here. So it's near miss with a bus, and then another near miss with another school bus. Yeah, the school bus with children in it. And then he's like, oh, look, the school bus, the second one, let me follow it at high speed. He just starts like going after it, narrowly misses the first power line. As soon as he turns around, starts going like inches away from hitting it, and he thinks it's funny. And the second one, he just runs it right into a transformer, bam. And it's just like destroyed, like just runs right into it, and the gimbal separates from the drone, and then the drone's on somebody's yard for a while. The guy comes and picks it up, and then you see that this actually is a home-built drone of crap. That this guy built, and which makes him even more creepy. The guy built a drone so he could spy on people. Like, why would you build a drone just so you could, I don't understand it, but welcome to the drone fails list. You deserve to be there, and maybe some other not so happy places. Coming in at number five, we have one of the most Australian things I've ever seen. So yeah, the camera starts off in the back of a ute. And if you don't know what a ute is, I learned that from my Australian friends, is that it is a car truck thing. It's like a really small compact truck that they use for everything there, that they don't exist here or whatever. Either way, it's a ute, it's a truck, and it's in the bed of the truck, and it's just like the truck's driving down this dirt road that's super Australian, and A koala bear, I'm just playing, that doesn't happen. But either way, like the drone, like they're driving down this thing and the drone takes off and is going, and it's actually, I'm like watching, I'm like, okay, this guy can fly pretty well. And obviously he's in the truck while it's happening and he's flying, he's going around this corner and then bam, he hits a tree. You're like, dude, he hit this tree. Oh man, it's about to go down. It's gonna hit everything. And then it just flips, lands right back in the bed of the truck. Like, I don't know if this even deserves to be on the Droner Fails because I feel like he failed up. Either way, it's super, super, super interesting to watch. So like, you should definitely see this again and again. I watched this a bunch of times. But either way, most Australian thing I've ever seen. So welcome to the Droner Fails list, guys. And coming in at 6th and last but not least, we have one of the shortest and sweetest Droner Fail videos ever. This is another example of why you need to learn how to fly your drone. I do a whole video on this, guys. Like, watch the video about what you need to do to learn how to fly a drone. It really helps a lot. Helps you to avoid this. So this guy's taking his Typhoon H, which, you know, I would love to fly a Typhoon H. That'd be so much fun. And he takes off and he's next to a body of water. Why would you do that your first time? I don't know. Next to a body of water on the dock, looks really nice. The drone takes off and it's like, oh, cool, look, it's floating, it's fine. Everything's okay. It starts to move, and bam, it goes right into the drink. Like, what? What do you think? Like, you have no sense of spatial awareness. Welcome to the page, bro. Welcome to the channel of Droner Fails. I don't even know what to tell you because, wow. That is the quickest crash into the worst place you can crash I may have ever seen. Droners, thank you for checking out another awesome Droner Fails list video because they are absolutely hilarious. And if you want to see more of them, bam, there you go. And also, if you want to see the dopest opening video, like I always say, you should check it out if you haven't seen it already because it is pretty great. Otherwise, make sure that you follow us on Instagram at DronerOfficial and subscribe to allow us to continue doing what we're doing because that's really important. And as always, stay fly.